Hey guys, so like this drawing might look kind of finished by the way because I used it to as like a base for a game character I was making for my university project, but I forgot to get rid of it. Like I should have saved two of it, put it on a different file. I think I did put it on a different file later on, but I forgot to remove it later on. I just left it like that. So now I'm just changing the colors of her skin and hair. So, and coloring the rest of her body in. But outlining and coloring it. But yeah. I drew most of it off camera. I shouldn't have done. I should have removed it and then redrew her so it didn't look like I already did half the drawing and she's human. But yeah, I drew a human version of her for as a game character. But yeah, so I didn't really have to do much. I literally just had to change the color of her skin and her hair and then do some shading over it. And the hard part really was her hands, because there was I think I drew her hands a bit in a weird shape originally when I drew a sketch of her for this video, but yeah, I didn't realize until now how how weird her hands look. Maybe I did when I drew the second arm, that her arms look a bit weird, but I didn't really do anything about it. I thought I would fix it as soon as I put on Photoshop to draw or paint over it. But I literally forgot that I drew the hands weird. I mean the arms weird, So yeah, that's the hardest part. I was just literally just why do these arms look so weird? Yeah, her lips also look a bit weird. I realize now that when I drew her the first time on here, I must have drew her lips wrong as well, because it looked a bit off-centered. And but yeah, she looks fine now. I mean, I thought it would be a bit cute because she normally has her mouth in a weird way when she's speaking, so I thought it would make sense. But I went and removed the extra red around it because it just looked like a lipstick stain, like she didn't do her lips properly. But now she just looks like she's giving a bit of a smirk. But yeah, she has super big lips. I'm not sure if she's supposed to have super big lips, but I gave her the biggest lips out of all the Monster High characters I drew in this drawing, I think. But I think Dracula was supposed to have the second biggest, but then later on you'll see I went back and changed her face a little bit so she'll look more like Dracula. I wasn't really happy with how she looked. I thought I fixed that when I drew her. I thought I fixed that ages ago, but I must have not, because she didn't look any different from the first time I drew over her in Photoshop. But she did look really good on the sketch, so I don't know what happened when I put her on Photoshop. It just sort of made her look weird. I don't know, maybe it was just me not being good at drawing for a few days. But because I drew her not long after I drew Claudine, so yeah. So I'm listening to like K-pop Demon Hunters and Catch Eye while I'm drawing this. Recently, yeah, I have been getting into K-pop, getting back into K-pop again. I don't know why. I think it's because I still feel a bit sad since I finished uni. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I feel so sad. I think it's just like, you know, the pressure of the job itself without university, and that was kind of why I left. I explained it in another video, but in case you haven't watched it, that was why. It was just too much for me. I didn't really like working there in the first place. I think I only wanted to stay for the degree. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I think for the first year I did, and then after a while the job just like wasn't as enjoyable as it was the first time. Like they didn't even give me any jobs to be overjoyed about, to be honest, not even in the first year. Like any task was like, it was exciting at first, you know, you always get that new jobs, you have that new job hype, I think, and then after a while you realize this is boring until you get like a job that you actually like. But yeah, but yeah, you can see now that I'm starting to have a bit of difficulty drawing the hands. Like, I'm pretty sure I drew them a bit weird, unless, you know, a skin somehow just blended into the background, but I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really notice that I really drew the outline of the elbow. I must have like forgot, because I drew it wrong the first time and then I erased it and drew it again. Like you see, I drew the right line and I erased my mistake, as you can see right now. But yeah. And then, yeah, I colored it. And then I realized later on when I was drawing the other arm that I colored one of her fishnet gloves the wrong way. The wrong color. Like, I did it black. It was supposed to be red, but I did it black. And I was just like, why did I do it black? So I did it. So I changed. So the other arm. So the other fishnet on the other arm is red. So she's wearing like different colored fishnets, which is kind of cool, but it wasn't really intentional. But you know, it's good. And then, yeah. And then after that, as you can see me now do the other arm, and then I'll realize I did it the wrong color. But yeah, this was when I started to realize that I might have drew the arms wrong. But this is when I also go back to Dracula and fix her face. Like, what I did was I blended out the blush like first. I didn't really need to do that. I should have just left the blush as it was. I also like thinned her eyebrows a little bit. Like, I thought maybe the eyebrows were the problem at first, so I went and made the eyebrows a bit thinner. But that didn't really do much. It did make her look a bit cuter, like a bit more like Dracula, but it didn't really do much. And then I made her face a bit smaller, like a bit, you know, thinner. But by like, you know, making her face frame, you know, bigger, but thicker. But it it did make her look better, but not, it didn't really do much, like I said. But so later on, I blended in her blush, which I said wasn't really needed. So here's me blending in the blush. And then I zoomed out a bit. She looks fine, by the way, from afar, because on where I'm watching it now, which is Premiere Pro, I also did the same thing for Laguna, blending in the brush, and erasing a bit of a lipstick smudge because I colored outside just lines a little bit. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't really need to do that. I didn't really do much for her. Because I realized that when I was blending it in, and I realized that it's not gonna do much, is it? Like, even when I looked at Laguna, I was just like, should I change her face? And I realized I don't think I can do anything to change her face. I think she looks exactly like Laguna, so I went back to changing Dracula's face a little bit. I thought maybe if I made the lips a bit thicker it would work, but and I was like, no, that doesn't really work. So instead I made the lips smaller, and somehow that actually started to like look more like her. I just needed to like move the nose down a bit, or like the rest of her face down. Like, I realized what I did wrong. I put her eyes a bit too high up, maybe. So but yeah, if you're like one of those artists that draw a bit too much, sometimes your hands get tired and your drawings don't look as good, or like anything else. Like, sometimes even when you draw like a really good drawing, after a while you look at it again and you think it looks terrible. But yeah, I always look back at a lot of my drawings, and there were times when I was just like, when I first drew that, I thought it looked good, but now I think it looks horrible. Like, I can see a lot of mistakes. But yeah, there were some times where I was just like, I think I've been drawing a bit too much, and my hands have become tired, and now I keep making mistakes, and my drawing looks horrible. Yeah, you get that sometimes, and I think only artists understand that. But yeah, I think it's just, yeah, like, oh yeah, so I moved her eyes a bit down, and then I brought her bangs down. Like, I made her bangs a bit longer as well. Like, I thought that would like really do. Like, I thought her bangs looked a little bit weird. I shouldn't have done like a curved V shape. I should have done like a straight V. Yeah. Now I'm colouring in the eyes, because when I moved them, some of the colours got removed. Like, I don't understand. I must have like done some of the colours on a different layer, because I moved her eyes down and some of the colours were like completely gone. So yeah, I had to redo a bit of it, like colour it in again. But yeah, I only just noticed this, by the way. One of her eyes are a bit bigger than the other. but it's not that noticeable. But yeah, after I've done that, she looks completely different. Like, look at that. Like, how much does that change her face? But yeah, after that, I changed the song to something from Cat's Eye, because I don't know what's gonna play next. I think I didn't really want more Huntrix songs because I knew that there weren't gonna be any more songs for it to play. So, or like, because I knew that they were gonna start playing something random that I might not like, so I put on something from Cat's Eye. Yeah, but normally when I'm feeling, okay, or not sad, I just put on like either like you know this playlist that I made out of like how I feel about my boyfriend, but it's like full of love songs and stuff, but like really punk rock love songs. Like if you listen to a lot of emo bands, you probably know some of them. um and then there's also like some kind of like a mix of like other love songs as well that are like kind of popular, but not, well, only like a few of them are. And then there's some, there's a few Billie Eilish songs. Yeah, normally when I feel good, I just listen to that or some emo music. Like, I know, no, I know that that sounds a bit weird for normal people, but I, I feel like I'm the only person that does that, listens to like music I actually like when I'm happy, but when I'm sad, I listen to music when that I don't usually like. I think, yeah, yeah, I'm getting better now. I don't really feel that sad anymore. I think I'm just still a bit hyped about like, the movie K-pop Demon Hunters and some new Catch Eye songs. That's why I still listen to it. That's why for now. But yeah, I would, when I was visiting my boyfriend. I don't know if any of you noticed, because I didn't really post it on social media. I think I posted one post on Instagram that I was in of me when I was in his house, but I don't think you would notice because it was like a white background, and there is no white background in this house, I don't think. And so like I think every single wall is covered in this house, so you wouldn't be able to get a white background. But in my boyfriend's house, you do actually get some white background. I think like his spare room has like a white background, and that was the room I was using to take that picture and do those TikTok videos. But yeah, um, when I was there, I actually did listen to emo music. But yeah, maybe it's because I put it on because I was missing my boyfriend. But yeah, I would have also put the Kisses thing on, but I was like really wanting to listen to some K-pop songs for some reason. Um, God, I need to turn on the fan because it's getting really hot again. But yeah, back to the drawing. Now I'm drawing her leg. Well, her pant leg. And colouring it red because, you know, Ghoulia's colour palette is red, blue, and white. Mostly red and a bit of black. But her colour palette is mostly red. Like, she wears like this top filled with cherries over a striped shirt and a pair of red baggy trousers, you know. So her color palette is really just red and some blue because her base color is blue. Like, her hair color is blue, her skin is a bit blue. So yeah, she's just literally like, you know, just red. You have to like dress her in red for her to be, you know, Ghoulia. That's why I felt like the new G3 Ghoulia didn't really look like her. I really did like I do really like the doll though. The doll does really look good if you like change a few elements of it. Like, if you change like her eyebrows, then color of the eyebrows, then the doll really looks good. And maybe give her a bit of a restyle. But yeah, other than that, I think the doll looks alright. It just doesn't really look as good as her G1 doll. Doesn't really look like her. But yeah, I think her Skulltimate Secrets doll was way better. I think it did really look more like her than her core doll. So we kind of need her to come back for a core refresh, but they haven't done that yet. Like, even like now they have like a core refresh too, and there's no new Ghoulia design. Like, they really thought like, oh, nobody's gonna buy her. Like, literally, when we realized that she might be cancelled and we're not gonna get any more of her, we literally started buying more dolls of her. Like, why did you not realize that that we didn't want her to like stop existing? We just wanted you to make a better doll of her. So, but now they are just like, you know, reviving her in like a series that they've not even shown us like some pictures of yet, because I think it was Buried Secrets 3 that they were gonna put her in, and it was like this tennis thing or sports thing. But I can't imagine Ghoulia in a sports outfit other than, you know, the MH cheerleader dress. So someone please show me, like, someone please do a design, because I want to like imagine what she would look like, but I don't think I've seen any. I might have to Google some, but yeah. Now I'm drawing her shoes, or her feet, and her calf, and the calves. But yeah, I just really want another Ghoulia doll because I loved the Skulltimate Secret one. Like, that was my favorite Skulltimate Secret of that line. Like, any one of you could say a different doll. Like Frankie, or I think Frankie, and either Frankie or Twyla was like the favorite one. I didn't really like Twyla in that line, by the way. I think that was like my least favorite Twyla. If they didn't give her those bangs, like like actual proper bangs. Like they gave her those broomstick ones that did not look good. So it just looks terrible. It just looked a bit too terrible. If I tried to fix it as well, and it didn't really work. It wouldn't stay. The bangs just kept, standing up. So I couldn't really fix it. It kept curling up at the end. So I couldn't really do anything about it. So I had to I should have cut a face frame instead. That would have fixed it, but I couldn't do anything about it. And then so I was just like, you know what, just leave it. And then eventually I got tired of it and decided to sell the doll. I feel like they're trying to also replace Ghoulia with Twyla. Like, that's what they're doing. Like, they literally made Twyla into Ghoulia. I didn't really realize it at first until she was revealed, until I realized she is kind of like Ghoulia. Yeah, she is like nerdy now, like a bit nerdy. Because Twyla was never really nerdy in G1. She was just like, the very quiet character that didn't really talk to anyone except for Claudine's little sister, Howleen. She was like really shy, and I don't think she sat in the library at all. I'm not sure if she did. Maybe she did. I feel like she might have mentioned it in her diary, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think she was ever like she was in G1. There is like a bit of she's not as cute as well. Like, she is a bit shy still, but she is more talkative than she is in G1. Like, she has a lot more friends as well. It's weird how they didn't make her friends with Howleen in the new one either, because they were like besties in G1. But yeah, she's like besties with Spectra instead, but I don't really mind it. So I don't mind the new Twyla, by the way. I do really like Twyla. I've been getting a lot of her dolls, but I do wish they didn't kind of overshadow Ghoulia with her. Like, they should have made them best friends in some way. I don't know how these two also barely talk to each other in the show when they're literally almost the same person. Sorry. But yeah, I am literally almost done just drawing her headphones. I feel like I should have made her headphones red, but it's kind of a nice contrast to have a bit of green with the blue hair as well. So yeah, I sort of left it like that. Now, I think she always had green headphones. I'm not sure. I think the only time she had a different color was when she was, her freaking Neon Fright doll. She had blue headphones instead. And people say they made her style into gamer girl, and I'm just I don't see it. She doesn't look like a gamer girl to me. Because I know she has headphones and stuff, but the first time they drew her, it was almost nerdy skater. And then Neon Fudge, they made her a bit more gamer-like, but not really, like. But she's always been a gamer, so I don't know why people bring that up. Like, that's not her. She's always been a gamer. She even created, like, apps that were games in G1, so I don't know why people say that's not her. So now I'm just like, drawing the background, like, well, coloring it in and touching up the drawings a bit. And then, yeah, I'm almost done with this. I'm literally gonna draw the rest of the background off camera and then post the final picture on Reddit and on Instagram. So if you want to see the final picture, go on my Instagram, my new art account. I'll put the link in the description, and my Reddit as well, because I feel like my Reddit doesn't have that many followers, but I don't really mind it because I made it mostly because me and my friends wanted to do it as, like, for fun. So but I just, like, kept using it. I think, like, as soon as I made the account, I just wanted to post a few memes on it, and then PewDiePie had a subreddit, so I posted a few more that was like what I was wanting to do, really. Just have some access to the PewDiePie subreddit, and then they did this whole you have to have more common karma thing to post on there, and then I was just like, oh, I have nothing to post now. So I would just literally look through it for, like, only for, like, advice on stuff, I guess. Like, I would, because, sometimes people go on there and ask for, like, oh, what's this? What do I do if this happens? Or something like that. I did that. I would, like, put something on Google, like, and then I would see someone post something really similar on Reddit, and then I'll look at the comments section of it, and that's it. But I mean, I could go to Real Human for advice. Unless, like, go onto Reddit and see. This is not, like, life advice. I mean, like, like, if I have some sort of problem, like, that I've never experienced before and I didn't know how to fix it, with, like, something like maybe then I'll go and Google it. But, like, yeah, that was for a while until I started buying Monster High dolls that I wouldn't go on Reddit that much, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I would like to go through PewDiePie subreddit and then get... But, yeah, I didn't... He doesn't even look on there now anymore. He doesn't really have his he doesn't even look at his subreddit anymore. I really wish he did, because now I can post on his subreddit again because I have enough comment karma. But, yeah. I don't know how I've not got more subscribers, because I've been posting more on there ever since I got into Monster High. I have been, like, a fan of Monster High ever since I watched the show and wanted a doll, by the way. I watched, like, the original show, like, volume 1 of it. I think I only ever liked volume 1 because the rest of the show was kind of just, like, the new Rainbow High seasons, So, well, not really. It's still like, you know, better to watch than the new Rainbow High, but it's not as, you know, like, it doesn't have a good plot like the first volume. So I really just like would watch the movies after I watched the first volume. So I went and watched some of the movies, and eventually when G3 came out, I started collecting the dolls. And this was because I always wanted a Monster High doll. Like, I saw them one day when I was walking past the shop on the way to uni, and then I was just like, I really want one. So eventually I was just like, I'm gonna get a Laguna to like make her blue. And then I was just like, it's kind of growing on me, so I'm gonna get another Laguna. Yeah, Laguna was literally my first Monster High doll. Can you believe that? Pink Laguna as well. So yeah, here she is as the final artwork. Yeah, it's a bit of a blurry photo because I had to enlarge it a bit, but yeah, that's how she looks. Final photo, you probably get a better picture of her. But yeah, sayonara. See you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell.